welcome everybody. Good to see you. Welcome everyone on Second Life and on Telegram, and everybody that is listening in to the recording, or those on Patreon that are watching the video, or those on Telegram who bought the video recording of this podcast. Our bi-weekly podcast called Love Your Love Muscle, where we talk about heart-centered living, heart-focused meditation, and using our heart and brain connection and a whole nervous system to self-regulate, help ourselves, help others by the power of meditation and self-regulation techniques. If you find that interesting, if it's the first time you're tuning in, I'm Seb. I'm the founder of the Transformational Meditation Group, the group that is hosting this podcast. And we are working with people to change their lives and the lives of others by meditation and self-regulation. Today, a rather traditional episode, traditional theme. We're going to talk about anxiety. Why? Well, there have been elections in the US, and though you might hear I'm not from the US, I'm not a native English speaker, I do have a lot of US followers. I did some courses in the US as well, I've been there a couple of times and often get contacted by people from the US, and the past weeks, especially because their anxiety levels, their fear went through the roof when the winner of the previous elections got announced. And we all know who that is. I'm not going to say anything about that politics or what it is or why. But we have to deal with it, we have to live with it. If you see it as a positive thing or a negative thing, doesn't really matter. We can't change the outcome right now, so we have to live with it. We have to regulate ourselves and try to figure out what this election means to us. For the people not in the US, in Europe or Asia, it might be not a big issue, but for those living in the US, it might cause some fear and anxiety, as I've noticed by the people who contacted me. So that's why we do this theme today, anxiety, how to deal with that. We're going to just do a meditation. I will guide you through it. And it's just one of many types of meditations you can do. Of course, this one is heart-centered, which is my favorite, which I can recommend to do all the time. Living from the heart, doing things from your heart, with your heart, gives so much more benefit in everyday life. So just try it out. Do your heart-focused meditation. Find some more on YouTube or whatever, and investigate if you haven't done so before. Okay, I would just say let's get started, right? Anxiety, I'm not going to explain what it is. Most people just know it. It might come in waves, like just happened a few days or a few weeks ago with the results of the US election. It might be something you never experienced before and all of a sudden causes you fear or anxiety. So I'm not really going to go deeper into what it is. We're going to focus more on how you can self-regulate and ride the waves of anxiety in a positive way instead of locking yourself out or running away from it, or just try to deal with it. There are techniques you can do to deal with a panic or anxiety attack as they happen, or as you get triggered by them and notice them. One thing I want to say before we get started, doing mindfulness techniques or the heart-brain coherence meditation you have to do teaches you to notice much better or much earlier when you get triggered by something. And before you go to the autopilot and react to that trigger, you will notice more and more often that you have some time in between that you recognize the trigger and your reaction where you can choose to do something else. So that's a very powerful thing to cultivate, and it comes naturally after a while when you do mindfulness exercises self-regulation techniques, and especially when you do a heart-focused meditation. Okay, now we're talking a lot, nevertheless. Let's get started, okay? Find a comfortable position, make sure you have good enough support. For those that are watching live or listening live, there's no background music, and that's just as well. I almost never recommend background music. Try to do it yourself without any help from music or anything like that. Of course, you can start with it, and if you're listening to the recording, you will notice some background music just to keep things a little bit more calm and interesting. But if you are serious about meditating, you should be able, after a while, to use less and less help from music or whatever you're going to use. Just natural flow of life and meditate during life. Okay. Let me see. Kina's here. Good to have you on Second Life. Let's get started. Find a comfortable position. Make sure you have good enough support. And take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Lower your shoulders, loosen your jaw. You might want to close your eyes. This is just to settle down and let the day go. Take another nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Let more of the day go. Let yourself go. Beautiful. Feel yourself getting centered. Breathe normally, but try to breathe calmer and deeper. Slower and deeper breaths. This is just to tell your body that it is in a safe place. If you notice after some practice with mindfulness that you get triggered, that you notice you get frightened, for example, or get slightly panicky, that's the moment you can decide to calm down your breathing. So you might just want to sit down and concentrate on your breathing and take a 5-second inhale and 5-second exhale. And often that's just enough already, just to self-regulate and calm your nervous system down. Now notice where in your body you feel your breath the most. Maybe you feel your breath the most in your nostrils. Maybe you feel your breath the most in the back of your throat. Or maybe you feel your breath the most in your chest or your tummy. Focus on that point in your body where you feel your breath the most, and notice how you are breathing through that point. Notice the colder air flowing in, warmer air flowing out through that point where you feel your breath the most. Now we are quiet for a little moment. Try to observe what is happening inside of you and outside of you. Focus on that point where you feel your breath the most. Use it as an anchor. Just become quiet and still and observe. Become the observer of your thoughts, your feelings, anything that happens around you. if any thoughts, anxious thoughts, thoughts of fear, worry arise during those quiet moments, imagine them as clouds in the sky. Observe them. Don't engage with them, just observe them. It's just what they are. Like clouds, they are thoughts, just thoughts. You don't need to push them away. You certainly don't have to hold on to them. Just allow those thoughts like clouds in the sky to drift by, where you remain grounded and hold your focus on your anchor point, that point in your body where you feel your breath the most. This might be difficult for you, this might be easy. There's nothing wrong if you find it difficult. This is just an exercise trying to be the observer of your life, of your thoughts, your feelings, and anything that's happening around you. Beautiful. Now let's switch to a more warmer, heartfelt technique. Can you move that focus point where you felt your breath the most? Can you move your focus into your heart space? Become more aware of your heart space. And it helps if you put one hand on your heart and the other one on your tummy, on your belly. It's like a little hug you're giving yourself. Nice, calm, deep breaths. And imagine breathing through your heart into your belly. Let the air go in through your nose, down into your chest, through your heart and into your belly. Feel the calm movement of your belly and your chest as you breathe in and out, nice and deep. And with each inhale, you can silently say to yourself, I am here. And with each exhale, you can say to yourself, I am safe. So I am here on your inhale. I am safe on your exhale. Just repeat that process a few times. Inhale, I am here. Exhale, I am safe. As you exhale and say to yourself, I am safe, relax your body even more. Notice any tension in your shoulders or your neck or your jaw and let that go as you exhale and say to yourself, I am safe. Inhale, I am here. Exhale, I am safe. If you during this process notice that your anxiety rises, fearful thoughts are coming up, might come in waves, don't fight it. Practice serving it, practice being with it, allowing it. You might want to notice tension in your body as you feel the anxiety, as you get those thoughts. As you breathe in, you can acknowledge it and say to yourself, I feel your anxiety, I know you're here. And as you breathe out, create a little more space around that sensation. Acknowledging, allowing, not pushing it away. Give it room to be there without it consuming you. Observe it. Give it some space and room, don't fight it. Don't try to push it out or push it away. Observe it. And notice that as you observe it, you inhale calmly and say to yourself, I am safe, as you exhale. Notice that you start to feel safe, even though you have a thought or a feeling that makes you anxious. By the calm breathing and the warm touch on your heart and your belly, you can even feel safe by having an anxious thought. Notice just that the anxiety disappears slowly but surely. It has no power over you. You feel safe, nevertheless. So remember that anxiety is your body's ancient warning system trying to protect you. You can thank it for trying to keep you safe, even if it right now is louder than it needs to be. Wonderful. Now let's slowly get back. Slowly get back. Put your hands in your lap. Breathe normally again. Take a nice good inhale. Breathe out, move your body slowly back and forth from side to side. Notice the room you are in, any sounds in the room. And notice your calm presence in the room. Wiggle a bit with your fingers and toes. When you're ready, open your eyes. Welcome back. Welcome back. Beautiful. Well done. Very good. Yes, welcome back to you too, Kina. Yeah, and welcome back everyone on Telegram as well. Though I can't see you, I see that people are joining in, so that's nice. Yeah, always a bit strange, isn't it? If you really calm down and all of a sudden get back again, the world is a little bit different, a different perspective. So I hope it worked for you. This is a technique you can do, especially that holding your hand on your heart and your belly. It gives a sign, kind of a little hug to yourself, right? A safe space you create for yourself. And especially notice the warmth from your hands radiating onto your heart. That's so beautiful. Gives a comfortable feeling. Now, some people don't like to be in the heart space. They have heard from previous episodes in life and it affected their heart and they don't want to be there. So if that's you and you didn't like being there, focus on your heart, that's okay, that's fine. You might want to just take contact with me and we have a little talk about it because getting over that and healing that and getting back to your heart is such a powerful way of healing. So I really want to help you get back into your heart space and living more from the heart. Even if that right now for you might have been difficult, I can help you with that. So just contact me. Contact information is everywhere around you on the page where you are watching this or listening to this. So feel free to get in touch. Anyway, thank you so much for joining today. I hope to see you back again in 2 weeks for another episode of Love Your Love Muscle, our podcast from the Transformational Meditation Group. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of your evening or day and be safe and namaste. Bye everyone.